Hi there. So I want to quickly share a couple of things with you as you have, for those of you who wrote the November 2019 examination, you have changed your results so far, and it's been a mixed feelings for me, for instance, personally, because of the fact that yes, you have people who pass their exams, all the papers they write, they pass it. You have people who pass one paper, they don't pass the other. You have people who wrote 3 papers and they pass 2 out of the 3. And you have people who didn't pass any of the papers they wrote, maybe 1 or 2 papers they wrote. And you have people who become now chartered accountants, and they are now preparing for graduation, and it's a mixed feelings. On one hand, you are excited because of the success that people have had. On another hand, you are not excited because some people didn't go through as you expect them to go through, and it's been a lot of things up and down. And one of the questions that we've been asking is, and we've been having a dialogue, is what's the problem? I mean, what went wrong? What is the issue? Why is it so? Because you realize that some people are really frustrated. People feel like, what else must I write for ICA to pass me? Some people feel like, no, it's not fair. There's a problem somewhere. Some people feel like, it's not my fault. I should go through. And other people feel a different way. They are like, okay, yes, I failed the exams, but I think I know why I failed the exams. And they're like, okay, I think that the preparation was not as much as it was supposed to be. Comparing the questions I saw in the exam hall, I should have been much prepared. And I get it. Yeah, I fail. It's quite painful, but I get it. I'm gonna give a shot at it again. So you see that there are mixed feelings, and there are various ways, perspective or views that people have about the whole experience. And like I said earlier, personally I have mixed feelings because one of the most exciting things is to teach somebody through all the journey, and the person becomes, the person qualifies, and the person has finished the professional qualification examination. And that was exactly one thing that happened. One lady that I started teaching from level 1 throughout, and she's now done and qualified. And so you are excited about that. Our students are doing well. Then you have different views and different perspective. People are joyful on one side, and other people are frustrated and don't know what to do. So we need to question and ask, what's the problem? So some people are saying that, all right, it's not fair, it's the ICA, we don't know how the ICA is marking the papers, we don't know what goes into marking the papers, like they should pass, I should pass the exams, but I didn't pass the exams. Yes, like you said, and like we all will say, nobody knows what goes into passing the exams. But let's be a bit realistic. Why will Kofi pass and Amma will not pass? Writing the same exams, marked by the same person or marked by the same group of people. Why will Kofi pass and Amma not pass? Okay? Why will the same people write the same exams and not pass? So this is what I want you to do, and this is how I want you to look at this whole experience. Instead of looking at this from the perspective of a defender and defend your position and sort of say that I should have made it, I don't know what went wrong, but let's do a retrospect, and let's look at it from the perspective of how it has to be looked at. Let's pretend the moment that yes, you've written the exams, yes, the results are out. If you passed, congratulations. If you didn't pass, too, congratulations. But if you did not pass, it would be good to really analyze what went wrong. Now, a couple of the people I spoke to, and I'm still speaking with, as at the time we were shooting this video, some of them know and understand why they fail the exams, and some of them know why they passed the exams. They know what exactly they did, they know how exactly they did it, and they can say it. But others don't know what happened, and it just happened. But this is what I want you to understand. Let's not look at the ICAG. Let's not just focus on the fact that it's not fair. Naturally, life is not fair in its natural sense. Life is not fair, because if life is fair, somebody will not be a billionaire and somebody will be struggling what to eat. If life is fair, somebody will not have 10 mansions, flying jets, and somebody will be sleeping on the street. So life is not fair, standardized. But we've got to take things into our own hands and become responsible and conscious about what we do. Now, why am I saying this to you at this moment, and why am I sharing this? I want you to look at this whole thing not from the perspective of what you're looking at it as to, I don't know what else to write for the ICAG. I don't know what else I need to do. I've done all there is to be done, but I still did not go through. I want you to look at it from the perspective of yourself, and I want you to audit yourself. You see, this is not a video that is going to motivate you. This is not I'm not here to motivate you, okay? You don't need motivation, okay? You don't need motivation. You've got to find your own reason for your own motivation, and nobody can motivate you, because motivation comes in a blink of an eye and goes away. So unless there is a deeper purpose, there is a deeper reason, you cannot become the person that you want to become. So I want you to retrospect and go inside yourself and audit yourself and ask yourself a couple of questions about what you think or what could possibly be the cause of not being able to go through, not being able to pass the exams. Did you study the way you were supposed to study? Did you solve enough questions that you were supposed to solve? I was very excited when I spoke with a couple of people, I think 2 people to be specific, and they were like, yeah, Nhyira, I got it. I didn't pass the exam, but it's really great because I know now what it means, what it entails, and I understand now what you always say, that at least you must practice some questions on a daily or commit some time every time so that you can prepare well for the exams. And it all boils down to practice. It all boils down to practice. Yes, there are a handful of people who will say, yeah, Nhyira, I practice every week. I spend time studying every week. I solved questions, a lot of questions every week, but I still failed. But if you failed, it means something didn't go right. If you failed, it means there was an error. If you failed, it means you couldn't get a pass mark. So instead of us looking at it from the outward perspective, I want us to look at it from the inward perspective, and let's analyze the issue. Sit down with a pen and paper and ask yourself a couple of questions. Why did I fail these exams? Think about the whole scenario, think about the whole issues, and write all the causes of why you failed the exams. Is it a lecture you attended, the school you took your lectures at? Is it the lecturer who was teaching you? Maybe the lecturer is not good. It could be anybody, including Nhyira Premium. We don't know. Maybe you didn't understand the things that you were learning well. It could be a reason. Maybe you didn't practice as much questions as you were supposed to practice. It could be a reason. Maybe you were freaked out in the exam hall. You spent time on a question that you thought you could do, but later realized that you cannot do it, and time consumed you. So even though the questions were simple for you to be able to answer, you were not having enough time, so that was why you were not able to do as much as you were supposed to do. Maybe there are a lot of reasons why you failed, rather than just sitting down and beating up on yourself. So this is what you've got to understand. Because unless you ask yourself questions about why this thing is happening and how can I change it, what must I do to change it, you cannot change anything. Because it all boils on, everything I've just mentioned is not about the outward, it's about the inward. Because you decide how many hours you spend a week behind a paper. You decide the school you want to attend, the lecturer who wants to teach you. You decide whether you will be attending lectures or you will not be attending lectures. You decide which questions to answer first in the exam hall. You decided everything, and you are still making that decision right now as you're watching this video. But the question is, have you looked inward? Probably it's all because of you. Probably it's nobody's fault. Probably it's not the system. Probably it's not the lecturer. Yeah, we can blame the lecturers for not doing what they are supposed to do. But maybe majority of the courses, and about 99%, it's because of you. It's because of your mindset. It's because of your attitude. It's because of your sacrifices. Because I tell my students all the time this, that passing the ICAG examination, it's not just about attending lectures. It has to do with a lot of other issues. It's a mindset. It's an issue about attitude. It's an issue about sacrifices. It's an issue about self-discipline. It's an issue about dedication. Now, there are people who open their books once in a week. All right? Once in a week. Now, you open your book once in a week, and that once in a week means the day they are attending lectures. So, the day they are attending lectures before they will open their book again. Hey, what did we even do last week? But that cannot get you to pass the exams. You cannot attend lectures once, and I tell my students all the time, that was why we created our study portal, because we wanted students to be able to relive the lecture, be able to have access to the lessons, be able to watch it over and over again, because chances are you are coming for lectures at the day's work. At the end of the day, you were stressed. You worked throughout the day, psychologically, emotionally. You are depressed. You are exhausted. You've been in traffic. You are thinking about how to get home. You are thinking about your job, your family. So psychologically, in class, you are not as fruitful as your mind is not as fruitful as it's supposed to be. And that was why we created our study portal, so that you can study at the time where your mind is free, you are at your peak point, so that in addition to the in-class studying, in addition to the on-campus lectures, you have access to the online lectures. So it all be based on attitude. So if we can stop looking at the outward and look at the inward, maybe you're doing something wrong. Maybe speak to yourself. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I should change the way I study. Maybe I need to sacrifice. Maybe I've got to stop social media. Maybe I've got to stop attending some parties in the meantime. Maybe I've got to stop hanging out with my friends in the meantime, because you've got to sacrifice to make this thing happen. You cannot give up. You cannot cannot give up. All right? You cannot give up. Because you started this for a reason. You started this for a reason. That is why you cannot give up. I'm not here to motivate you to keep going. I'm here to let you know that if you can be honest with yourself, go into your shelves, analyze yourself very well, you can realize what really you must do in order to become successful. That's it. But this is the truth. It's hard sometimes to admit the truth. It's hard. It's heartbreaking. Because if it means you can't blame anybody. We are made to blame others. We are made to blame people. So yeah, it's the government. Yeah, it's the president. Yeah, it's the MP. Yeah, it's the people. It's my father. It's my mother. It's my this. It's my that. Naturally, we are made to blame people. But until you stop blaming people and start looking inward and addressing your life from your own perspective, you cannot become successful. That's what you've got to understand. That's what you've got to understand. Because it breaks my heart all the time when the results are released, and on one hand people are rejoicing, on another hand people aren't rejoicing, and you ask yourself, so what's the problem? And the answer is simple. It's not the process, it's the person, it's the people. And that is what I want you to do. Before you take your next exams, you've got to be serious. You've got to discipline yourself. This thing doesn't come cheap. It has a price you've got to pay. It's not just about attending lectures. And even if you don't attend lectures, that is also another havoc. Because I don't know why you wouldn't attend lectures and you wouldn't also be committed. Because you've got to be held accountable for what you're doing. So that is what I want to share with you today, because it's very important. So just look at your life, look at yourself. As you plan to sit for the next examination sitting, I don't know, some of you are going to go on break, some of you are going to stop a little, but it's not about stopping. You've got to keep moving. Okay? You've got to keep moving. The Bible says the righteous man shall fall 7 times and rise. Yeah, you've got to fall and rise. You've got to fall and rise. You've got to fall and rise. Thomas Edison has to try 999 times, 1,000 times before he was successful. You've got to understand it. It's a process. If really you are committed and really you want to make this happen, then make it happen. Ask yourself, what must I do? What is it that I did wrong? Maybe you were not committed. Maybe you were not studying. Maybe you were not focusing well. That's very critical. That's very critical, because studying style is something that students don't take into consideration a lot. Sometimes they are studying, coach, they are studying, your data is on, you are answering WhatsApp messages, your phone is with you, it is ringing and you are making calls, then you are studying. It doesn't happen that way. Your mind doesn't work like that. There is nothing like multitasking. You've got to be productive on one thing at a go. That's what you've got to understand. That's how life is. That's how you make it happen. That's how you change your life. So you've got to sacrifice. That is why I use the word sacrifice a lot. That is why I use the word self-discipline. That is why I use the word commitment. That is why I use the word mindset. Because you've got to give yourself these things if you want to really make it happen. So before you throw in the towel, before you become sad, before you blame people, look at yourself closely and ask yourself these questions. Number 1, why did I fail? Number 2, what happened in the exam hall? Number 3, how was my lecturer experience, my lectures, that is, we attended lectures, assess that. Number 4, how did I study? Number 5, how many questions did I practice? Did I understand the things that I was doing? Because as you ask yourself these questions, your mind will open you up and you will know where you went wrong and how to deal with the issues. That's what you've got to understand. That's what you're going to understand. That's why I mentioned that this is not a motivation video. We want to face the facts. We want to lay the facts down. We want to be real with ourselves. If Kofi passed and Amma didn't pass, that means Kofi did something Amma didn't do. That's it. That's it. And it's life. You can say, oh, but Amma worked harder than Kofi. How did you know that? How did you know that? Have you heard of the underdog advantage? How do you know that? So you've got to put in the effort. You've got to sacrifice. As you prepare for your next examination, I want you to go in that exams with a certain attitude, with a certain mindset, with a certain level of commitment, with a certain level of self-discipline, with a certain level of maturity, that you've got to make it happen no matter what. You've got to make it happen no matter what goes on. You've got to make it happen and pay the price. That's it. That's how you become successful. So that is what I want to share with you on this video. Think about it closely. It's a personal life. I'm not advising you. I'm not motivating you. I'm just telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Because there's a difference between what you need and what you want. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to tell you what you need to do if you really want to change the trajectories of your life. That's it. That's it. And for those of you who passed one level and you're moving to the next level, you passed some subject, you're moving to the next subject, you've got to max up your game. You've got to step up your game. You've got to put in more effort. That's how it happened. That's how it happened. You've got to put in the effort, work as much as hard as possible. That's what you got to do. And I know that if you do that, it's going to be easy on yourself. That's it. That's it. Comment below with your ideas. Comment below with what you think about it. Comment below with what you think about this discussion. Just comment below and let me know what you think about it. Is this something that you're going to do? Is this something that you think is critical to your life? Something that is critical to your success? Something that is critical to how you want to become successful? And that is how life happens. Okay? That's how life happens. The difference between the rich and the poor, it's not because of anything. It's because of mindset. It's because of self-discipline. It's because of commitment. It's because of sacrifice. These 4 things. That's what separates the rich from the poor, the successful from the unsuccessful. Mindset is different. They are self-disciplined on the top. They are committed to what they are doing and they are ready to sacrifice legitimately what it is they must sacrifice in order to make it happen. That's what you've got to understand. That's what you've got to understand. So think about it. Think about it. Think about it. And I know that it can help you to become successful. I'll see you in another video. Remember to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and comment below with questions, your suggestions, what do you think about it, about the whole experience, about the whole subject. And maybe share your experience in the comments. I want to know, share your experience in the comments. If you passed, what do you think made you pass? If you failed, what do you think are the possible causes and what are you going to be doing going forward to change it? Let's get talking in the comment box. See you in the next video.